Hey everyone, Jeremy from Trading Safely, just on an update. So Euro US dollar came into our annual level here, 1.2093. That is a former yearly low. So that's held that to the tick. Interesting here, it's got a little bit of work. We're trying to create weekly closing support here. So that makes this closing level here, 1.2036, pretty important this week. Must take that out. Other things that we can see, potential for a monthly turning point if we can't hold this 1.1966 on a monthly closing basis at the end of October. So must get back above here pretty quickly to move higher. One of the things that we've been maintaining throughout this whole Euro rally is that it is in a broader downtrend, and when we get to resistance up anywhere around here, 127 to 129, you've an excellent chance of selling that market at that annual level. That corresponds with the long-term downtrend line, and I would be pretty excited if we got up there. So look, we are trying to potentially put in a short-term turning point here. I'm not surprised by that because we are coming into the end of the quarter, and therefore we may be trying to test out support down here at 1.176 before another leg up. We do have a short-term sell in place from last week. If I take away these, the rotational study and our support and resistance across time, and we just have a look at what the pivot studies are doing, just bear with me, folks. Add in our multiple time frame pivots, we'll see what information that's giving us. Okay, so each of these time frames is a color. As we come into the end of the quarter, I'm interested in the quarterly level. So there it is there. There's the quarterly bullish and there's the quarterly bearish. The pink's the monthly. So we are above the quarterly bullish pivot there, 1.16665. So if we do happen to close above that, it's telling you that the euro isn't ready to go down on the quarterly time frame. We are actually a little bit overbought. And I say that because those two monthly pivots are above this quarterly pivot. Now that in that situation, if the market can't take out that monthly pivot on a closing basis, it often means that the market needs to correct lower. So a similar situation here where you can see the two monthly pivots were above the quarterly pivot, but look, last day of the month we closed above it and that projected the market higher. Now, if the euro fails to do that this month, then it can obviously come back here and test this quarterly pivot before higher again. So one of the major things we haven't seen yet is qualified resistance move to the top. So let me just show you what I mean by that. If I take away all the different time frames, I add in our peak qualified support and resistance. So when we do that, you can see this yellow time frame here. Notice how they're both below price. What we really want to see is this yellow line here to come up, create resistance, and then the market will come down. But until that happens, you know, it leaves you with a bias to the upside. So it may be that we come down and test support here back into that quarterly pivot that I mentioned before at 1.1665, so 1.1665, and then up. So to me, it looks like we're ripe for a quarterly correction before higher again. So I hope that helps.